Tell me timeline. Where the stuff has come from the past to current. Back in 304 AD, Liu Yuan, a highly syncretized Xiongnu chieftain, revolts against the Western Jin dynasty in Shaanxi, establishing the state of Hanzhou. Concurrently, Li Xiong, a Baodai refugee, founds Chenghan in Sichuan. On 311 AD, disaster of Yongjia, Hanzhou forces sack the imperial Jin capital of Luoyang, capturing and later executing Emperor Yue of Jin. On 314 AD, Zhang Shai establishes the former Liang state in the western Xi corridor, initially declaring nominal loyalty to the Jin dynasty. On 316 AD, Hanzhou armies conquer the second Jin capital, Shangan. The western Jin dynasty officially collapses. Remaining Jin elites flee south to establish the eastern Jin dynasty at Jiangtang, Nanjing. On 319 AD, General Shila of the Ji ethnicity breaks away from Hanzhou to establish the later Zhou state. On 329 AD, later Zhou destroys Hanzhou, temporarily bringing much of northern and central China under Shila's control. On 337 AD, Liurong Wang, Xianbi ethnicity, establishes the former Yan state in northeastern China. On 350 AD, Han General Ren Minutes usurps the later Zhou throne and institutes the brief, highly bloody state of Renli, ordering the massacre of hundreds of thousands of Ji and non-Han people. On 351 AD, Fu Jian, Dai ethnicity, establishes the former Qin dynasty in Shangan. On 352 AD, former Yan defeats and executes Ren Minutes, absorbing Renli territories. On 370 AD, former Qin conquers former Yan, initiating a rapid campaign of northern unification. On 373 AD, former Qin captures modern Sichuan and Chongqing from the eastern Jin. On 376 AD, former Qin conquers former Liang and Dai, successfully unifying northern China under Fu Jian's rule. On 383 AD, Battle of Phi River, Fu Jian launches a massive, multi-ethnic invasion south to conquer the eastern Jin. Despite overwhelming numbers, the former Qin army is decisively routed by the eastern Jin's elite Bifu forces. On 386 AD, the Phi River defeat triggers an immediate collapse of former Qin. Independent factions instantly rebel, spawning a wave of new states, later Yan, Western Yan, later Qin, Western Qin, and later Liang. On 386 AD, Tuoba Gui unifies the Xianbi Tuoba clans to establish the state of Dai, quickly renaming it Northern Wei. On 395 AD, Battle of Can Slope, Northern Wei decisively defeats later Yan, shifting the balance of power in the northeast. On 397-405 AD, the fragmentation intensifies in the west and northeast, giving birth to Southern Liang, Northern Liang, Western Liang, Southern Yan, and Northern Yan. On 407 AD, Helian Bobo, Xiongnu, revolts from later Qin to establish the brutal Xi state. On 410 AD, Eastern Jin General Liu Yu launches northern expeditions, successfully conquering and destroying Southern Yan. On 417 AD, Liu Yu's forces march north again, destroying later Qin and temporarily recovering Chang'an and Luoyang. On 420 AD, Liu Yu usurps the eastern Jin throne to establish the Liu Song dynasty, officially initiating the northern and southern dynasties period. On 427 AD, Emperor Taiwu of northern Wei captures the heavily fortified Xia capital of Tongguan. On 431 AD, the Xia state destroys the western Qin, but is subsequently destroyed itself by the Taiyan kingdom. On 436 AD, northern Wei conquers northern Yan. And on 439 AD, northern Wei forces conquer Zhakumujian's northern Liang in the Xi corridor. This final conquest completely reunifies northern China, officially concluding the 16 Kingdoms period. See you in the World Part 24 timeline that I had to go through.